I want to show you guys probably one of the best decisions I made as a beginner home brewer. This technique that I use quite frequently and still do quite frequently allows me to experiment with different hops and different yeast and learn as I go while still building my pipeline quite extensively. So we're going to begin our brew day just like any other day. So up until now, it's been a typical brew day. The mash has just finished up, I boiled, and then I cooled the wort. And now is where I'm gonna let you in on my big secret, and the big reveal comes out. So my secret is split batch brewing. What I do is I brew 10 gallons of wort, and then I divide them into two different fermenters. This last brew day, what I did was brew like a pale ale, which is in there, and then the rest is a saison, pitch different yeast. This is fermenting at 76, I think I fermented that at. This is just kind of at ambient temperatures, slightly pressurized fermentation. And I really like this method because you can do two different brews on one brew day. So for me, I brew once a month, and then I have such a huge pipeline because you could stagger them with different conditioning times. The other day I brewed a pale ale, and then 5 gallons of it stayed pale ale. The other 5 gallons was, I added some Brettanomyces too. So that's gonna sit there and be ready for me in like 9 months. Other things I've done, regular stout, coffee stout. My favorite is the pale ale and the saison. You know, you can do whatever you want. You can do, I've done a wheat and a half of Weizen. You could do a wheat and a raspberry half of wheat. You can do whatever you want, as whatever you want to do. You know, I've done pale ales and pale lagers, but it's just a cool way to experiment, try out different yeast, dry hop with different things, maybe add some different whatever. And actually for this batch in particular, both of these are going to get dry hopped. The pale ale, I'm actually going to be adding some oak chips too. So should be two completely different beers, but I only brewed one beer. Easy peasy. Boom, split them up, and then you just baby them a little bit. All right, so I got an ounce of mosaic hops. I have a sanitized hop sack, and I got my 3 ounces of oak chips that are gonna go into my pale ale. And we got an ounce and a half of Sriracha Ace going into the saison. Alright guys, I got my 2 beers. I got my Saison. I got my Pale Ale. Both brewed the same day, both brewed completely differently, or fermented completely differently. I'm going to start with the Saison. Both very kind of young beers right now at this point, still waiting for them to kind of reach their maturity, but I can kind of tell what's going on with them right now. The Saison is very pleasant. Nice lemony aroma, very drinkable. I don't really get, it's a Belgian yeast that I use. I kind of get more of like a French estery kind of taste from it. Kind of a little bit dry, but kind of, it's almost like, to me it's like a more mature, dry Saison yeast. It tastes good. That beer is ready to drink. The Black Birch Pale Ale. Dry hopped and also used some oak chips in there. 3 ounces for a 5-gallon batch. It's good, but after you swallow, it's just like loads and loads of just oak, just tons of oak. So the nice thing is that I didn't brew 10 gallons of that pale ale. I split them up. So this Saison, I'm just gonna drink. I'm gonna drink the heck out of it. And the pale ale, I'm gonna let that baby sit. I'm gonna let it mature a little bit, let the flavors kind of mellow out, and wait, and then I'll drink the crap out of it. So, you know, that's the nice thing about brewing with this method is, you know, I brewed 10 gallons, 5 gallons I can drink right away. It'll be in its peak, and then I'll come back to the other 5 gallons later, and then that will be in its peak. And it's really nice doing like that. You build your pipeline up, and you can kind of plan for the future beer-wise. Maybe I should think about the future more with like family and life and things, but right now it's beer. So this pale ale is nice, but it'll be really, really good in a couple months. So I'm gonna let that mature. But there you go. That is my best secret. I still love doing this technique. Brew 2 beers, 1 brew day, brew big, and then you don't have to brew as much. So go ahead and give this a try. Let me know what you think. Any other combinations that you can come up with, let me know, because I'm always looking for things that I can come up with that, you know, to extend my pipeline and the varieties of beers that I have on tap. So thanks for watching. If you want, go ahead and subscribe. Give me a little like. That'd be great. Trying to be a millionaire someday. I'm not gonna lie about it. Let's do this. Millionaire with beer. Thanks. Cheers. Love you guys.
Mm-hmm.